Can you tell me a little bit about what your customers do? Do they go visit the factory while the boat's being built, or do they have an owner's rep to go and kind of manage that? How does that work?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, they obviously come to the factory because the factory sells the boat. You know, when you can sit here, and this is probably as close to being in the shipyard as you can, except we don't have boats out back being built.
And the weather's nicer.
And the weather's a lot nicer, yeah. Weather's nice in Holland sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why we build boats. There's nothing else to do there. No, I'm only kidding. Yes, they do visit the shipyard. It depends on, they're always there on the initial stages or when we're in the sales process. And some come more than others. They all have a build team. It may that be their existing captain and engineer or a professional. Some go to the length of engineer. They have somebody that communicates directly with the interior design. Some people they really enjoy. I mean, we're working with a group right now where the wife is so into it, so it's a little bit of a mixed bag. But yes, they visit. Some visit more than others.
Do those owners come and take delivery of the boat in Holland and then immediately go to the Med, or?
We deliver it offshore. It actually has to go somewhere, and Gibraltar or Norway is a great. We recommend people because a lot of people have never done that. With the UK now stepping out of the Eurozone, that's another, because we have to leave the EU. Is the thing. So yeah, they pretty much go.
Why do you think that is? I mean, the Heesen presence, just the American market, is actually pretty significant. I mean, are Heesen sort of pulling on the right strings for what American buyers are looking for, you think?
Well, I think we have a good design and a high quality boat. We win a little bit by default. And what do I mean by that? In 2002, 2004, 5, and 6, when I was selling over here, we would have competition from Trinity, Palmer Johnson, Christensen, Westport, Sovereign, Crescent, Northern. There was probably 8 or 9 yards that were building in our size range, and we didn't have a very favorable euro. We still did good because our product and our quality is top tier. Today, all those yards are gone. And, so there's a lot of Turkish and Italian yards, which are, good yards, but, it's not an opinion. It's somewhat a fact that the quality of the vessels coming from the top of the food chain. So we are appealing, and this 50-meter range is quite appealing because of, there's still a cost of ownership that one has to keep in mind. And it's with a lot of the regulatory bodies and different things that are impacting MLC, which is the Maritime Labor Convention. There's a lot of management companies. So the cost of ownership. So the 50 to 60 meter range, which again is that 164 to 196 foot.
That's a sweet spot. That's a sweet spot for you.
Yeah, it's a good spot. If you look at our other yards in Europe, a lot of them are plus 60 meters. Our competition really is the Italian and Turkish yards in our size range. We have got a very big marketing program, thanks to our good friend Sarah and our good budgets that are given to us. We've got a great presence here. We have an amazing after sales program. We really try to take care of the customers after the fact, and we're next door to some of the best cruising grounds in the world. And the whole of the U.S., basically, if you live in Oklahoma, Washington State, Chicago, New York, you tend to probably have your boat. This would be home base for it, somewhere between, say, Palm Beach and Miami.
Right. All right. So let me just ask a question here. Like, let's say I've never heard of Heesen, and but I'm interested in a boat in that size range. Tell me why the yard in Holland is so good. Tell me the reason why.
I think it's generally in Holland. It's we have our little thing. It's it's the home of yacht building. What's interesting that I've seen, and I've been in boat building here in the U.S. I've been in this business for 40 years, and what's different in Holland compared to the U.S. or other places that I've seen. And I'm kind of mostly at the U.S. because this really Italy does a little bit of the same. But there's an apprenticeship program. People that work in our yard in Holland, it's a very prestigious job. It's a very good job. It's a very sought after job. what I see today here in the U.S. is like, we have different manufacturing, and manufacturing is coming back because there's a whole thing that, interest rates and cheap fuel beat cheap labor. But Holland is unique in the fact that, I've been involved with the shipyard since about 2002. And there's many of those guys that are still there today. They were there, 5 or 6 years before, and they were then 20 years old. And now so it is a generational thing. They, the father, may retire, and then, the son steps in. And in the town of Oss, where our shipyard is in the southern part of Holland, it's a heck of a good job to have. And Heesen really does take care of its employees. I mean, you see a great energy in that yard. You see things that, like, there's a proudness, there's a sense of ownership. You see this when they bring their families and show this boat, that they just built, or the area that they were involved in. So it's prideful, good company, good wage, and you're not looked down upon. A little bit of manufacturing here in this country, like everybody has been taught to go to the university, right? Go to the university, go to the university, go to the university. Well, the university is not a one-fits-all kind of thing. You're starting to see a resurgence in trade schools. But I think the labor, the quality of the labor, and the continuation that they're there, there is really the benefit.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I love the idea of the pride and the quality. That's such an important aspect. I mean, particularly with a yacht, that's such a personal and intimate and custom thing. All right. So I'm curious. It's been kind of heartening to see the fact that the world's pausing. The environment has kind of rebounded a little bit. There's not as much pollution in some of these very polluted areas and things like that. So that got me thinking, has there been any interest in Heesen and your hybrid sort of propulsion systems? Has there been any sort of interest in that coming out of this? Oh, wait a minute, like, hey, the environment can rebound. And we, as super yacht owners, want to sort of do our part to help the environment.
Well, I think in general, there's a lot of, most of these people are environmentally sensitive, okay? We have had good success with the hybrid boat. And the hybrid boat, it's going to advance more. Hybrid is going to advance a lot more when the battery technology catches up. The battery technology today is not so good. So we're a hybrid boat, but we're actually a diesel electric in a way. It's very efficient. But what's coming next when the batteries come in, it's going to have a major, major impact. Where we see changes where people are interested is that we're no longer maybe cutting down a virgin forest because we can get engineered wood that looks exactly the same. We're no longer killing some exotic animal because we can get a synthetic, skin that looks the same. We built a boat which was a Risha, and that boat had nothing but, basically synthetic materials in it. Because everybody wants something so cool and different, but, you don't want to go cut down the last tree of a species or kill, this is the animal. I want it to be my dining room table. So that end of it, you see efficiencies in how the engines and gensets are being delivered to us, tier 3, as far as as far as what's being, put out in the exhaust.
I think the demand for yachts and the passion for yachts and the demand just to go out and travel is just being pent up. And that once things do open up, that actually the floodgates will sort of open, particularly with the yachting world, which frankly, the people in our space, they're not as affected by the day-to-day fluctuations as some of the other people. Are you sort of anticipating a bit of a bump once we kind of come out of this?
Yeah, 100%. People are definitely want to get, they want to get out and about. It's tough to get anything else that has the solitude, the beauty, we were talking about, disconnecting and go. Well, you can kind of save your sanity. These people do come back and work and stuff like that. But you go spend a week or a weekend or 2 weeks on your boat or even a month on your boat, you come back pretty rejuvenated.
What's the one thing that you'd want to tell a prospective customer or just someone who's maybe interested in a yacht and wants to get to know it more? Like, is there some sort of insight that people learn when they come to you that helps them, just understand what the whole yachting business is all about?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. The biggest thing that I would probably say to somebody that's considering getting into boating, yachting, or any, no matter what the size is, do your homework. Ask the questions. Spend the time. We end up usually with somebody that's come out of something else, and they've always aspired to be at this level. But when it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true, and a lot of that goes with pricing. So do your homework.
Well, Thom, thank you so much for taking the time. This has been a dynamite interview, and good luck to you. And I hope to see you at a boat show in person one of these days.
You will. You will.
All right. Thanks, Thom.
Thank you very much. You have a good day also.
Hey, you too. Cheers.